Sorry, go ahead.
Hi, Amber Ruddy with the Canadian Federation of Independent Business. And I also would like to ask a question about the surplus distribution to the board. You know, we fully appreciate being fiscally responsible and ensuring that we won't see big spikes in premiums going forward. But WCB currently has significantly more assets than liabilities, and there is a policy in place at the board level to refund. It's triggered once it reaches over 128%. So, you know, just given the context, the climate, and how small businesses are suffering, in past years we've seen about $3,600 on average come back to small businesses so that they can invest in training opportunities for their employees and safer equipment and actually just keeping people employed in their business in such a difficult time. So I'm wondering, once the report comes back with those recommendations, if we can expect at the next board meeting that decision would be made about the rebate distribution.
Well, I think the board will act with haste on this. When the report is issued and when they have a chance to understand the consequences and analyze the potential cost, then they will make a decision on that. So there's no reason to defer or delay it, but they have to get the report first. So that the timing is really contingent on when they get that report. If they get it the day before a board meeting, we're not going to make it that next day. But they won't hold on this. They understand, and you can imagine the discussion that went around the board table about board members really understand that employers have come to count on this money, and it's a bit of a risk because we know this money comes from investment gains. It's not guaranteed. It's variable every year, and so I appreciate that people are spending it on things like health and safety and that kind of thing, but we shouldn't come to count on it because it is not something that's available every year. But in short answer to your question, the board, as soon as they have the report and are able to go through it and make the understand the costs and the consequences, and also look at what other recommendations there are in the report. There may be recommendations around funding policy or things like that. So all of those recommendations will have to be understood, and then the board will make a decision on that.
Okay, and just a quick follow-up. Are there any specific additional factors that will go into that decision? Is it a matter of just looking at the report and analyzing it, or I'm just, in terms of timing, what we can anticipate?
I'm not sure the things that might affect the timing. If we have a black swan and the markets tank significantly, they'd have to look at that in the context of the overall funded position. But the board is going to make a prudent decision based on all of the factors available to them at the time. Primary one will be the report.